I remembered what I was going to say, and then I'll be done with these for today. But since I put on makeup, I have to make the best of it. Oh man, this moving business is really painful. Okay, so the main character of my book, I should really stop kicking my Sprite. It is so gonna explode. The main character of my book is a recovering drug addict, okay? Here is my book, Esprit. And yes, it really is that thick. It wrote itself. So I can't really take credit, but I will, because it wrote itself through me. And, oh, it's really heavy. It's really good, though. You should read it. It's a part of a trilogy, and I'm working on the sequel now. Anyway, so the main character is a recovering drug addict. I've never done drugs in my life until I got sick, until I was diagnosed with MS, and I've done pot a few times. I've been high once. So yeah, I don't know anything about the drug world. And yet, I wrote this entire book before that happened. So hopefully my stories are accurate from what I've heard from other people. But one day I was talking to one of my drivers who was a recovering drug addict. And I was asking him questions because I wanted to make sure I was writing it correctly. I wanted to get in the head of an addict and things like that. And he was like, well, I would hear voices. And I'm like, okay, like voices out loud or like voices in your head? And he's like, well, voices in my head. And I'm like, okay, well, so did I when I was religious. I mean, I thought it was God. And he was like, well, I mean, voices that would tell me to do stuff. And I was like, again, so did I when I was religious. And he was like, but it wasn't my voice. I knew there was a difference. So did I when I was religious. Everything he was saying, I'm like, okay, really, dude, all I want to know is what was the difference between your LSD and my LDS? Because everything you're saying, I did the exact same when I was religious. So I don't know. So if anyone knows the difference between LSD and LDS, let me know, because either way you start hearing voices and seeing visions.